Wait, this is Yormgen?
The town that needed the clear seal crystal to protect itself from monsters?
It makes sense. They don't have a barrier here.
That must be why they were searching for a way to drive away the monsters.
But that was 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, and I find it strange that they were getting by at all without a barrier.
You're right.
What if we were to show this case to one of the locals and ask them?
Yes, we might learn something about Pharaoh that way as well.
I agree.
That box!
Do you know something about this box?
Launchy had it.
On a ship called the Atherum, my lovely lady. Have you heard of it?
Of course. You know about the Atherum too?
Yes. We happened to come across it on the ocean.
Did you see Launchy?
And Launchy would be
Oh, Launchy is my love.
your love.
You're hopeless. Oh,
Could I ask your name?
Oh, my name is Yuafan.
That's the name that was in the diary we found.
Perhaps she's a descendant with this.
Do you know about the clear seal?
They say it has the power to drive back
The sage said it was necessary to make a barrier around the town. Is that what's in the box?
Yes, we came.
I see.
Hey, is that the key?
Could I have the box? Wow! Is this the clear seal crystal?
Looks like it.
It's so sparkly and
So who's that sage you were talking about earlier?
The sage is a great Critian who came to our town from across the desert. A Critian?
Well, creating a barrier is basically creating a Blastia.
But we can make Blastia with current technology, right?
There are people who do. You saw the Blastia at Emid Hill in Cair Bakram, but I don't think that sage guy is the one who made those Blastia with messed up formulas.
I'm sorry. I don't. But the sage said that the clear CL crystal was needed to create the barrier, so Longchi set out to look for it. It's been 3 years since he left.
3 years, huh?
Wait, this sounds.
Yeah, the story.
You'd think she could have miscounted by 1,000 years?
How old is she anyway?
The same thing could have happened 3 years ago, or 1,000 years ago.
They say that history repeats itself.
Is that sage in this town? Where does he live?
Oh, yes, he lives in the house farthest into the town.
I think it might be faster if we went to talk to the sage.
Yes, maybe.
If you're going there, could you take the clear CL crystal to the sage for me?
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's go.
Excuse me.
Huh? Hey, that's... You're...
Who exactly?
We've run into each other a couple times. You? How have you come to this place?
What do you mean, how? We walked. As in...
I see. And yet, how did you... No matter. For what reason have you come?
We're a little curious about this.
This must have cost you dearly to obtain.
Actually, it just sort of landed in our lap.
That was quite a miracle.
You're planning on making a barrier blastia, aren't you? You're free to go pretending you're a sage, but forget about making any blastia. Who would even consider building a barrier blastia with something that's so obviously not a core?
But it is a solid mass of air. It simply lacks an inscribed formula.
Lacks an inscribed formula? What do you mean?
They are most commonly known as apatheia, of which the clear CL crystal is one example.
So this is an apatheia?
That the treasure you've been looking for, old man?
Also, I am not the sage.
Huh?
No such being exists any longer.
That's a problem. We'll need to get that back from you in that case.
Neither I nor humanity have a need for such a thing.
Whoa! What are you doing? Hold on a sec!
It's the same phenomenon we saw at Cave Mock!
Oh, man.
The apatheia bring only chaos to humanity. They are better off returned to air.
Return to air? Is there...
It's still no reason to go smashing other people's things.
What kind of a person treats treasure so poorly?
Wasn't the clear CL crystal, the apatheia, needed to save this town from the monsters?
This town has no use for a barrier, and no need to be saved. This place has been granted everlasting calm.
Come to mention it.
But still, there are
How do you know of Pharaoh?
I'd ask you the same thing.
Please, tell us what you know. Pharaoh referred to me as a poison.
I see.
You know something, don't you?
There is a being in this world who possesses a power the Enigmatic despise.
You mean...
This being is known as the Child of the Full Moon.
Child of the Full Moon. Like in the legend. By Enigmatic, you mean Pharaoh?
That is correct.
But what would the Enigmatic have against me? Against a child of the full moon? What is this power the child of the full moon possesses?
That answer lies only within the hearts of the Enigmatic themselves.
Which means I've got no choice but to find Pharaoh and ask him myself.
Do not be foolish. Meeting Pharaoh would end only in the death of the Child of the Full Moon.
But...
Estelle.
Hey, Reggae, Jaeger from Ruinsgate talked about the Enigmatic earlier, didn't he?
Something about them being the ancient race that built Nordopolica.
So Pharaoh built Nordopolica?
Take your leave. There's nothing more for you here.
Wait, there's something I want. What were you doing at that Air Crene? Just who are you? What is that sword of yours?
Those matters exceed your comprehension. Do not ask of them again. Go.
Where do you get up?
Rita.
Duke may have been the one that saved us in the desert.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go and thank him.
Hold up. He doesn't seem the type to do something like...
You don't think so?
Just a hunch. You said that Child of the Full Moon he mentioned was the sister of brave Vesperia, right?
Yeah. goddess who bathes this world in her golden light, you are named Child of the Full Moon. Your brother, brave Vesperia, watches over us from the skies. You remain bound to your mother, the Earth, and will shelter her with your unceasing protection.
Is there like a hidden meaning in there?
I'm not sure, but
Remaining to protect the Earth.
Could protecting the Earth have anything to do with ruling?
You mean like becoming the Emperor? If Estella's the child of the full moon, that would add up.
Which means all the previous emperors would have been on Pharaoh's hit list.
I've never heard of anything like that.
This all sounds pretty complicated.
Yeah, I suppose it might be a bit too...
It's too complicated for.
Rita can explain.
Me?
Shouldn't we be thinking more?
I'm gonna stay here. There are things I've got to investigate.
Investigate?
Clear seal crystals. Honestly, I have a few bones to pick with Mr. Warren. If you're all going back, we'll have to...
But
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, that's right. I can't go anywhere without crossing that desert.
We can afford to take a load off while she's... I'm pretty interested in
If we're going back into the desert, we need to take time to prepare.
That's true. How about we leave tomorrow? Rita, one day should be enough, right?
Shouldn't be a problem.
You're welcome. Okay then, we'll meet up near the exit tomorrow morning.
Right. See you.
Hey, old man, you can feel free to go on ahead to Nordopolica.
Hey there, youngin'. What?
Wrong. I just wouldn't want you to miss the new...
Honestly, I could...
Wrong again. If brave Vesperia gets in the way of Altosk's work,
What?
it's a matter of brave...
We've still got time left.
You sure?
Anyway, ain't about to go back through the desert and that cave myself. If I got killed by some monster, but brave Vesperia certainly wouldn't look...
So you weren't able to meet Pharaoh after all.
But I learned about some very important things. The Child of the Full Moon and the Entelakea.
But the only new thing we learned, as for the reason Pharaoh's trying to kill you, it seems we won't know unless we go and ask him directly.
But you heard what he was saying. If I go to meet Pharaoh, he'll just wipe me out.
It looks like we'll never know the truth.
After all this, it's like I'm being told.
No, no way.
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe what I'm trying so hard to figure out.
What do you mean?
If I'd never met you, Yuri, I would have lived without ever knowing about the Child of the Full Moon. So maybe I could just go on living.
So you're saying you should just go back to the capital?
I think that's definitely.
If that's what you want to do, I won't.
Yuri,
Our contract with you is null and void.
that's true.
It's just, I don't really like hypothetical situation, and I'm not too good at pretending. If you can do that, then
I can't do that either. But I have no idea what I should do in this world.
you want to know the truth, but you don't know what to do. That'd be a good summary of your situation.
Yes.
Gotcha.